Hey, what's cracking? This is Darren Fatman McDuffie helping you become perfectly healthy and toned. Brought to you by I'mTheFatMan.com. So today I want you to stick around for this video. This wasn't a video I intended on doing, but there was something that pissed me off so bad that I had to do this video, and this is actually on how to read health articles. Now, a number of you out there know, and I've said this on several of my videos, that I used to be in the pharmaceutical industry, and one of the things that I learned in that industry was how to read health articles or how to read health studies. And I'm very thankful for that. And I want to share this with you as well so you'll know how to start reading health things or health articles rather that come out and make an objectionable opinion. And I also want you to understand how you're being swayed to an opinion of a quote unquote expert. So earlier this week, I saw an article in my Facebook news feed, and that article was from CNN.com, and it said that multivitamins were a waste of money. So I pulled up that article, or pulled it out rather, and I pulled some things out of it that were just holes in it. And I wanted to show you these things so you can begin to start reading articles objectively and then making your own best decisions on what you read. And you can also learn how the wool is being pulled over your eyes, or the cover is being pulled over your eyes when it comes to a lot of these things. So here's the article right here, as you can see. And again, it comes from CNN.com, and it says multivitamins are a waste of money. It's a question, but more so a statement to get you to start thinking. So it's already beginning here with this up here, where they're trying to say, okay, it's a question, but it's more of a statement. So when the article begins, the article says more than half of all adults in the United States take some sort of multivitamin. Many do so in hopes of preventing heart disease and cancer, or even to aid memory. So they're already setting up the study here where they're taking people and giving them a multi, and these people had heart attacks or they had some other chronic condition, and they're saying, okay, well, let's give these people a multivitamin and see if this will affect their condition. Now, if you've been following any of my videos, or if you know anything about health, you also know that heart disease is not tied to high cholesterol. It's more tied to inflammation. If you don't know what inflammation is, go back and look at some of my videos. But inflammation is similar to if you sprain your ankle and it gets swollen or something, that's inflammation. But these sort of things can happen in the body as well. So we've already found a hole in one part of the study. So taking a multivitamin to prevent heart disease is not going to do anything because it's tied to inflammation. The second thing is cancer. Cancer is usually involved with nutritional deficiencies. Multivitamins address nutritional deficiencies, but they don't address toxins in the body. And cancer, again, is more so tied to nutritional deficiencies and also toxins in the body. And clearing those two things out will help with the fight against cancer. Now, even to aid memory. Now, you're not going to aid your memory with a multivitamin. Now, there's things like St. John's wort, which is a particular supplement that is supposed to help with the memory. Now, multivitamin won't do that. So there again is already a couple of holes in the study to begin with. Now, if you look here and you look further, it says using supplements and multivitamins to prevent chronic conditions is a waste of money. I agree wholeheartedly with that, and that's simply because I just told you that certain conditions or certain chronic conditions, a multivitamin is not going to do a thing for that. So with all due respect, I don't even know why the study was done, because it doesn't really make any sense. Now, if you go down further, it says multivitamins had no beneficial effect on preventing cardiovascular disease or cancer. We've already established that. We know that if you take a multivitamin, you know that heart disease or cardiovascular disease is already tied to inflammation. It has nothing to do with nutritional deficiencies, which multivitamins also address. Cancer, maybe 50% of that is a nutritional deficiency. The other 50% is toxins. So you're not really addressing that by taking a multivitamin. Also, one of the biggest holes I found in the study is the fact that they never say anything about what type of multivitamins are being tested. Now, with multivitamins, you have to understand two things. One is synthetic vitamins, and one are called food-based vitamins. Synthetic vitamins are things that are made in a lab. So you have things such as Geritol, Centrum, all of these vitamins that you find maybe on your counter in Walmart. They're synthetic vitamins. Our bodies have no idea on what to do with synthetic vitamins when we take them. And at best, what happens when you take a synthetic vitamin is that you're just peeing that out. When you are taking it, you just take it, doesn't really do anything to the body, and you just pee it out in your urine. And it really doesn't have any beneficial effect to that. Now, on the other side of that, you have a food-based vitamins, and these are things that are extracted from food, and those are the vitamins that you actually want to take. With a food-based vitamin, your body recognizes food. It doesn't recognize things that are synthetic. So food-based vitamins or a food-based supplement, it's what you actually want to use. Do we know that by actually looking at this study? No, we just know that they say multivitamins. We don't know anything about the type of multivitamins that they're testing or using on these individuals to make these statements that they're making. So you can see a lot of holes in the study to begin with. Now, if you look here further, it says, however, the analysis did confirm that smokers who took only beta-carotene supplements increased their risk of lung cancer. So when most people read this, they're going to say beta-carotene causes lung cancer, and that's not true. It says, however, the analysis did confirm that smokers who took only beta-carotene supplements increased their risk of lung cancer. Now, I don't know about you, but here's what I think. If you're a smoker, you already increase your risk for lung cancer. A beta-carotene supplement has nothing to do with you increasing your risk. You already have a dramatic increase in risk by just smoking to begin with. So it makes no sense at all. Now let's go down some more. It says, when taking multivitamins to prevent a second heart attack, authors again found no beneficial evidence. We've already established this at the very beginning, that multivitamins do nothing to address heart attacks, because heart attacks are caused by inflammation, and nutritional deficiencies are not going to address inflammation. You have to do something to take that inflammation out of the body, and it's not always necessarily nutrition that will do that on the standpoint of taking a vitamin. Now, here, going down, you have once you get through all the negativity, you have a professor of nutrition here, Gladys Block, and she tries to make some sense of this article. It says, however, Gladys Block, professor of nutrition and epidemiology at the University of California, Berkeley, pointed out that the group of men followed in the cognitive study were all physicians with no health problems. So again, they're taking a general snapshot of the population. These were physicians who pretty much took care of their health. They didn't do anything within the general population. We have a lot of people in the general population who have a lot of nutritional deficiencies. A lot of people are eating unhealthy. You would think that physicians, if they're doing the study within the physician-patient population, that most physicians want to take better care of their health than most people in the general population. So that's another hole for you. Now, scrolling down here, and we'll kind of start summing this up. Block has spent her life studying a role of vitamin C, in particular, on disease risk factors, and says that most Americans are undernourished. That is true. Most Americans are undernourished. She says that most Americans don't have a healthy diet and therefore don't get the vitamins and minerals they need. And that's exactly true. And that's what I just explained to you. If you're going to use multivitamins and minerals, make sure that these things are food-based, because your body knows what to do with food. It has no idea what to do with things that are synthetic or fake. Now, in conclusion, it says that Block went on to say, there's always a non-trivial minority that's actually getting a questionable level of some micronutrients. So multivitamins are a backstop against a poor diet. Again, multivitamins are needed. The right multivitamin, as in a food-based multivitamin your body can use, is needed, because so many people have so many nutritional deficiencies, and this is because a lot of these things are missing from our food. We have poor soil content, a lot of things, a lot of the fat, a lot of the fibers being stripped out of our food. So our bodies are lacking in the nutrients, and I studied this under Linus Pauling, and he said all diseases, chronic diseases, can be traced back to a mineral nutritional deficiency. So again, I hope you learned something from the video. And well, before I sum this up here, I wanted to just touch on this. It said multivitamins address nutritional deficiencies in people. Well said. We don't believe that they are the answer to all life's ailments, as the editorial suggests. And that is true. The right-based, food-based multivitamin will address those nutritional deficiencies. But again, they're not the answer to all life's ailments. And that's the one thing that this article tried to say, was the fact that taking a multivitamin can prevent you from having heart disease, it can prevent you from having cancer, and it can prevent you from having a loss of memory. And that's not necessarily true, because these things are tied to inflammation in the body or different conditions in the body, which a multivitamin has nothing to do with. So this whole study is a bit flawed, and I wanted to teach you how to read health articles. So anytime you see anything on health, or you watching anything on TV, always look at it from an objectionable standpoint. And if you're interested in learning more about how this all ties in together, you can go to my blog and I will list that on there. I did a whole blog post on this particular aspect of why vitamins are starting to be attacked, and why there are certain people that want to ban vitamins in our country so you can't have access to them. So I'll list that on here. And again, this has been Darren Fatman McDuffie. Please connect with me on Facebook and Twitter, and please leave me some comments on this video to let me know what you thought. Thanks, and I will see you on the next video.